On this episode of the Carolina Sports Guy, we're going to dive in and review this Carolina Panthers Houston Texans Week 3 Thursday night game, folks. Has some good things come out of it, has some bad things come out of it. Before we get into today's content, make sure you subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, folks. Pound that like button. Hit that bell notification. Be notified of future videos on the Panthers, Charlotte Hornets, Carolina Hurricanes, major college sports in both North and South Carolina. And, folks, leave me some comments. I sure love the back and forth. I love the positive reviews and comments. And I just love the dialogue. All right, folks, it's in the books. The Panthers are 3-0. Now, I tell you what, after the second win against the Saints, a lot of people were pounding their chest, saw the defense is unstoppable, thought that we were really starting to cook. But, you know, this is the thing about Thursday night games you got to worry about. You're coming off a short week. You'll have some injuries. Some things will take place. And you got to give the Texans got to give them some props. They did show up to play. And much like I said, the score would be closer than a lot of what other people predicted. I said this game was going to be a 24-14 Panther win, and the Panthers would not win by more than 2 scores. 14 points, technically 16, and the Panthers win 24-9, 15 points. Yeah! So I was right in range for what we were talking about. But a lot of that too, Joey Sly. Joey Sly coming through again. We'll get in that in a minute. But I think I put the kibosh on CMC because I did a video and some things I didn't think he'd see. And I said that CMC would remain scoreless in this game. In fact, I said he'd have multiple touchdowns. I said he'd have over 100 yards rushing. He'd have over 100 yards receiving. He'd come up and pulled a hamstring. Let's hope it's not serious. Now, one thing's about hamstring, folks, and you know this, a hamstring can linger and it could cost you the season. And if you rush it back, for those of you who want him to come back and play in the Dallas game in 10, 11 days, if he comes back too soon, he can pull it and be done for the season. It's one of those tricky things. You hope it's just a little tweak. You hope he gets some treatment. You hope that I really want him to play against Dallas. I think we need him to go 4-0. But it's one of those things, do you sacrifice that one game for the rest of the season? If he sits out one game, 2 at the most, maybe he's good for the rest of the year. Really don't know how bad it is, folks. So, you know, that's something to keep an eye on. But I was definitely wrong on it. He was held scoreless, but because of injury. Okay. Davis Mills, someone else who proved me wrong. Look, the kid had some moxie in this game. He faced a lot of pressure. Panthers got at him and sacked him, but he did not throw a pick. He did not throw a pick. And, you know, I said that he'd have more interceptions than touchdowns. He did throw one passing touchdown, had really one good drive in this game, one really nice drive. And it's a shame, folks, because if we could have moved the ball a little bit more on our last drive in the first half, or not the one where there was a few seconds left, but the drive before the Texans got the ball with a minute and a half or whatever to go, if we could have extended the drive, maybe Houston doesn't score on that drive. But got to give him credit. He did go down, have one nice touchdown. He got out of some sacks. So Davis Mills, props off, because I definitely think he played better than the rookie Zach Wilson. Now, one of my zeros for the week I said was Cam Irvin, the left side of the line. It is a mess, folks. It is a mess. Now, I know he did get called on a Sam Darnold scamper run for 33 yards, and they called him for a hold. I thought it was a little ticky-tacky. I don't think it was a hold. It really wiped it off the board. We were in line to score, moving the ball well. It didn't happen. I also like to give a shout-out to Sam Darnold for the fact that I said that he would not turn the ball over here. And he didn't throw any interceptions, although he didn't throw a touchdown pass either. Hey, big shout-out to Alex Erickson, the kick returner. He had a clutch catch that helped make a drive going to kind of put us up in this game that won the game for us. So you got to really give him props. It was a nice catch. Love to see him got in the end zone. But just coming down with that catch makes you question if we have to rush Shi Smith back. Or if we bring Shi Smith back for the Dallas game, maybe he, you know, doesn't play as much. So it kind of gives me some reserve to keep Erickson, you know, at least on the roster. I mean, he has proved his worth the last couple of weeks, although he hasn't had a big return yet. Hey, folks, Shaq Thompson bounced back in a big way. Not that he had a bad second game, but if you remember, his first game was the best game he ever played for the Panthers. He made an open field tackle in this game. He showed a lot of pressure. He was all over the ball making tackles. I think he led the team in tackles as well. But he got back to looking like his week 1 performance than he did his week 2 performance. So I'm really impressed with Shaq Thompson's play this year. Now, going back to Sam Darnold. Some people still not believing in him. I love him more than Bridgewater already, folks. He's showing to me to play with a lot of grit. He's playing well. The O-line is not protecting him very well, folks. He's taking a lot of hits where he could get happy feet, but he's hanging in that pocket. He's had some couple missed opportunities, couple overthrows early. He gets a little shaky in the game. He's had a couple guys where he didn't see whether he's looking somewhere else or hits another receiver and he's got an open man. So he is missing a couple plays, but all in all, I can't complain for the decision making he's made so far because he is being hit multiple times and getting multiple sacks. He did get strip sacked a couple times. We did recover him. But, folks, that's your O-line, too. They're not protecting him as well as they need to be. But he is starting to show leadership, you know. And for him to stick his nose in there, he had 2 rushing touchdowns. But that second one, man, he just put his head in there and buried, man, and got pushed in. He looked like he was getting squeezed to death. But you got to give him credit for hanging in there. I thought Dan Arnold played well. He had a couple nice catches in this game and showed his worth. Now, Ian Thomas didn't catch a ball, but I think he was one who had a nice block on Tommy Tremble's touchdown. And Tommy Tremble had a nice 30-yard reception. He had that nice touchdown run. Tommy Tremble showed his value and worth. I really like what I saw out of Tremble today. I like his playing style. And it's good that we get the emergence of him going this game. The Panthers' defensive line, man, they shut the Texans' run down, did they not, folks? They look very good. Still applying a lot of pressure on the offensive line and getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. They should have had 5 sacks in this game, folks. The referees really took one from us. Hassan Reddick, I was wrong about him. I said he wouldn't lead the team in sacks again. He did today. He had a sack and a half, and he even left probably a sack and a half on the field. Brian Burns got him a sack. He probably left one on the field. Morgan Fox had a half a sack. He's still showing pressure. Hey, Frankie Louvu. Frankie Louvu's all over the field making plays, coming in, hitting hard, playing well. His sack was a thing of beauty, and I love his game, folks. You got to love some Frankie Louvu. Like I said earlier, you got to shout out to Joey Sly because he missed that extra point. He didn't make his 1 field goal, but there you get again. When he missed his extra point, he proved to me we made the right decision by letting him go. And Zane Gonzalez, folks, his kicks, I mean, weren't nothing to write home about, but they were right, true, straight down the middle. They didn't veer off to the side. I was pretty happy with that. I think that can be settled down. Hopefully we won't have any problems with him. I think, folks, in this game, the injuries is what's got me feeling down the most. You know, I think this game kind of brought us back down to earth, but I did say the Texans would play a tougher game than we expected. The score would be closer. Once again, this organization has proved anytime we have to play a rookie quarterback making his first start, we struggle. Now, we won the game, but Davis Mills played better than I expected. Once again, playing in prime time. Panthers normally lose and don't do well. Once again, we didn't play as well as I thought we could, but we got to win on the road. That's something to look at. And to make everybody feel better, just look at it this way. Our offense outgained their offense 407 yards to 193 yards. I'll take less than 200 yards of offense for the other team any day of the week. We had 10 more minutes of possession. That's key, controlling the clock. And folks, first downs. We had 28 first downs to their 14. So we are doubling this team up. We are looking better than the other team. We just got to keep in mind, every win's not going to be pretty. And it was a short week. Terence Marshall, just kind of give a quick shout out to him. He did have 4 catches today for 48 yards. He's not getting in the end zone yet, folks, but he's showing to be very valuable and dependable. And I like how Sam Darnold spreading the ball around, getting other people involved. We don't know how long CMC is going to be out. Of course, J.C. Horn having a broken foot, so untimely. I'd love to see him and A.J. Bouye and Dante Jackson in backfield at the same time. But it is a nice luxury to have. Bouye can come in and play next week because we're going to need him without J.C. Horn there. And I'm hoping with a broken foot, it is one of those things that J.C. Horn can be back in 6 to 8 weeks or need him on the back half of this season, folks. So what do you folks think of this game tonight with the Texans? Do you feel like the Panthers played bad? Do you think they could have played better? Do you think the Texans probably showed a little bit more marks than you expected? Leave me some comments. Pound that like button. Hit that bell notification to be notified of future videos on the Panthers. By all means, folks, subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. We'll see you on another episode of Carolina Sports Guy.